Well, good evening, everyone. This is Mike Bass back again with another forecast update for you for this July the 6th, 2024. I'm hoping everybody had a great Saturday out there. So far, everybody has a great Saturday evening. Hope everybody continues to stay safe and well and also enjoy the weather because it's the only weather you got. Okay, in tonight's video, we're going to be talking about Tropical Storm Beryl, which is expected to become a hurricane once again as it approaches the Texas coast. Also, we're going to take a look at the Columbia weather radar as well. Also, take a look at the watch and warning advisory map. Also, the Storm Prediction Center outlook for your Sunday. And also, we're going to take a look at the drought monitor currently across the nation as well. Alrighty, if you have not subscribed to my channel, make sure you subscribe. Also, like these videos, share these videos, and let's go get the show on the road here, folks. Alright, you can see here, you can see Beryl has some deep convection trying to get going again in the center of the storm. As you can see, it got a lot of deep convection in the storm earlier, but it looked like it had weakened some in the last few frames. But it is expected to continue to trek off to the northwest and move toward the Texas coastal areas there as well. Alright, see if we can get to it here. I'm going to take a look at the Hurricane Center forecast cone. Alright, hopefully it'll be up here in a minute. Here it comes. Alright, you can see here the current position of the storm at 4 p.m. Central Daylight Time. Moves off to the west-northwest, and there it becomes a hurricane as it approaches this region here. We have a hurricane warning in the red. We have a tropical storm warning in the blue. Also, we have hurricane watches in effect as well from Texas-Mexico border all the way up to just to southeast Texas there as well. Alright, if you're tracking this system at home, it's located in latitude 23.9 north, longitude 93.0 west. Maximum sustained winds are near 60 miles per hour with higher gusts, and moving to the northwest at 13 miles per hour. Classified as a tropical storm with winds of 39 to 73 miles per hour. Alrighty, you can see the forecast track takes it into the warning area. Should be around Monday at 1 a.m. So it should continue to move on in that direction. By Tuesday at 1 p.m. in the afternoon, it's a depression over East Texas. And by 1 p.m. Thursday, it'll be located over the Ohio Valley, up here in portions of Illinois and also Indiana and portions of Kentucky. Excuse me, bringing some precipitation to you guys as well as it tracks on off into the northeastern United States later on down the road. Alright, let's take a look at some of the computer model guidance from the National Hurricane Center models. Alright, you can see here the current position of the storm moving off to the northwest, moves it into the Texas area, right in that warning area what we showed you. Also moves across eastern Texas and then off into the Ohio River Valley and then on into the northeastern United States. Anybody on the eastern side of the storm may stretch all the way down into the eastern, maybe into the western Carolinas, maybe northern Georgia. Also portion of Louisiana, portion of Alabama, northern Alabama, northern Mississippi. You may have some severe weather to deal with as you will be on the right flank of the storm, and a lot of times them portions of the storm you will remain with the tornado acting, also flash flooding. Alright, right now we have about 50 knot winds equal up to 60 miles per hour. Excuse me. Most of the storm, most of the model guidance keeps it into a tropical storm, but we're going into a category 1 storm at this time, so I do expect it to become a category 1 once again, but then it will dramatically drop off and become a tropical depression as it moves inland over the coastal, over Texas and also into the northeastern United States and the Ohio River Valley. Alrighty, so that's the tropical update for Beryl. That's the only tropical system we have in the tropical Atlantic at this time. Alright, let's move on to the Columbia, South Carolina weather radar. Alright, you can see we got showers and storms up here from Albemarle to Charlotte to Greenville, back to Greenwood to Newberry to Columbia. Camden, you're not getting anything yet, but this line of showers and storms will continue to move east. You guys over around Sherrall to Darlington to Florence to Sumter, all the way to Waltersboro, Orangeburg, you'll be getting on some activity as well. We got a lot of activity down here across eastern Georgia. All of this activity will continue to shift east. The areas that's not receiving rainfall yet should receive some in the next little while. Alright, let's move on to the storm watches warning advisory map for your location across the nation. Alright, you can see we got a lot of heat advisories up here from New York State, Pennsylvania to Virginia to eastern North Carolina, eastern South Carolina, also down into Georgia and also in Alabama and portions of the Panhandle and Big Bend area of Florida. We have excessive heat warnings also in effect from North Carolina all the way up into portions of the Maryland, Delaware, New Jersey area and eastern Pennsylvania. We have a flood advisory up here in portions of Maine. Also a few flood advisory around the Charlotte area, down towards Augusta, also just south around the Orangeburg area, also down toward Allendale region as well. We have the tropical storm warning, hurricane warnings in effect along the Gulf Coast, from Texas all the way into Mexico. Tropical storm warnings there in the red. Also some tropical storm warning inland as well. Flood watches also been posted for ports of Texas, also in Oklahoma. Special weather statements to the south. Alright, flood watches in effect for Oklahoma. We have severe thunderstorm watches for areas of Nebraska and Kansas, a little bit in portions of Iowa and also northwest Missouri. We have a tornado warning in red, severe thunderstorm warnings in the yellow. We have a few severe thunderstorms up here in portions of Iowa and also into portions of South Dakota. Also, we have some special weather statements up here for you guys, or fire weather watches in effect for portions of Minnesota and also portions of North Dakota. Special weather statements in portions of areas of Montana down to Wyoming, also into Utah and also into New Mexico. Heat advisories over portions of New Mexico. We got a lot of excessive heat warnings and heat advisory from portions of Arizona up to portions of Nevada, California, Washington, Oregon State. We have some red flag warnings also in effect there as well. Also Idaho and also portions of Montana, heat advisories there. Excessive heat warning effect for portions of Idaho and also portions of Nevada. Red flag warning stretching all the way over into Utah, also into portions of Nevada. Nevada, also into portions of Utah, Colorado, and also areas of Wyoming. Excuse me. All right, we have some flood watches in effect for flood warnings in effect for southeast Texas. Also, we have areas of small craft advisory from up here around the Boston area down toward portions of the Northeast. Same over here along portions of Oregon and Northern California. Some flood advisory for portions of the South Island and Hawaiian Chain Island, and also some special weather statements central and eastern areas, and also some small craft advisories northern areas of Alaska. Alrighty, let's move on to the Storm Prediction Center outlook. This is for your Sunday. As you can see here, we got some severe weather along the Gulf Coast. There's that hurricane moving in across ports of Houston down towards Corpus Christi area. More marginal risk, slight risk, also in effect for portions of North Texas, Oklahoma, also in the portion of Kansas, over into portions of Colorado region as well. We're going to take a look at the tornado probability now. We have a 2 and 5% over here from Houston down towards San Antonio to Corpus Christi area. Also over here towards Woodward, also over towards the Fort Steele area as well. 2% risk for a tornado there as well. Let's take a look at the damaging winds. We have some 5% risk for damaging winds from Corpus Christi to Houston. Also from Lubbock to Tulsa to Wichita to Garden City and Pablo and Liberal areas as well. 15% from Oklahoma down to Wichita Falls. Alright, that's damaging wind. Let's take a look at the hail probability from portions of North Texas up to Woodward. 5% in the brown from Oklahoma City over to Pablo, Garden City, and Liberal areas as well. Alright, and finally we're going to wrap it up with the areas of drought. This is the drought monitor across the lower 48. and this is issued on July the 3rd, 2024. As you can see, much of the East Coast is under a abnormally to moderate to maybe severe drought. Also across portions of the there is west drought, and portion of New Mexico, also western Texas area, and also a lot of abnormally dry and severe drought there as well. Alright, well, I hope everybody enjoyed the video. Everybody continue to stay safe and well. Also enjoy the weather, because it's the only weather you got. Like these videos, share these videos, consider subscribe if you have not. We'll catch you back in the next video. So have a wonderful, wonderful Saturday evening, folks. Take care.